Before he became one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, Leonardo DiCaprio was just a kid growing up in a rough neighborhood in Los Angeles. No rich parents, no Hollywood connections, just a dream and a ton of hustle. But here's the wild part. At one point, Hollywood literally stopped hiring him. Yeah, the guy who later won an Oscar almost lost his career before it even really started. So how did this kid from LA become one of the most famous actors in the world? Let's dive into the full story. Early life. Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California. His parents split up when he was just a baby, so growing up, life wasn't exactly glamorous. Leonardo lived with his mom in East Hollywood, an area that back then had a reputation for crime and poverty. He later said that the neighborhood had drug addicts, prostitution, gangs. Not exactly the kind of place you picture for a future Hollywood superstar. But his mom was incredibly supportive. She worked multiple jobs and constantly encouraged him to chase his dreams. And honestly, that support changed everything. Early childhood. Leonardo, when he was just a little kid, already wanted to act. But the funny thing is, his first acting experience was kind of a disaster. When he appeared on a children's TV show, he was so hyper that the producers literally kicked him off the set. Yeah, not exactly a great start, but Leo didn't quit. Instead, he started doing TV commercials, small television roles, auditions all over LA, and slowly things started to click. Early acting career. In the early 1990s, Leonardo began landing roles in television shows. One of his first notable appearances was on the sitcom Growing Pains. He played a homeless teenager named Luke. And even though it was a small role, people in Hollywood noticed something different about him. The kid had serious talent. Then came his first major movie role in This Boy's Life, starring alongside Robert De Niro. Imagine being a teenager and acting next to one of the greatest actors ever. No pressure, right? But Leo absolutely crushed it. Breakthrough performance. But the movie that truly changed everything was What's Eating Gilbert Grape. In the film, Leonardo played a boy with a mental disability, and honestly, his performance was mind-blowing. He was only 19 years old, and yet critics were blown away. He even received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. At that moment, Hollywood realized, okay, this guy is the real deal. Then came the movie that turned him into a global superstar. In 1997, Leonardo starred as Jack Dawson in Titanic. The film became an absolute phenomenon. People weren't just watching the movie, they were obsessed. Teenagers all over the world had posters of Leo on their walls. Fans were literally screaming at premieres. And suddenly Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't just an actor, he was a global heartthrob. But fame at that level can be crazy. Leo later admitted he felt overwhelmed by the sudden attention. So he did something unexpected. He stepped back and started choosing more serious roles, reinventing himself. Instead of chasing blockbuster fame, Leo started working with legendary directors. One of the most important collaborations in his career was with director Martin Scorsese. Together, they created several iconic films, including Gangs of New York, The Departed, and The Wolf of Wall Street. These movies proved something important. Leo wasn't just a pretty face, he was one of the best actors of his generation. The Oscar struggle. Here's something wild. For years, Leonardo kept delivering amazing performances, but he still didn't win an Oscar. The internet even started making memes about it. People were saying, "Give Leo his Oscar already." Finally, in 2016, after decades in Hollywood, he won Best Actor for The Revenant. And honestly, the role was brutal.
Leo had to sleep inside animal carcasses, crawl through freezing rivers, survive extreme weather during filming. It was intense, but it paid off. When he finally held that Oscar, the whole internet celebrated. Life outside movies. But acting isn't the only thing Leo cares about. He's also deeply passionate about environmental activism. He created the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, which supports projects that fight climate change and protect wildlife. He has donated millions of dollars to environmental causes. So yeah, he's not just about movies, he's also trying to help the planet.